Never thought I'd have the chance to meet my ancestor Saurian companion. It's a pretty cool feeling. Wouldn't you say so, bro?
Can he understand what you're saying?
Kinda. I can pick up on Antu's vibes, just like he catches ours, but that's pretty much it. That's just how it is with Saurian companions. You have to spend a lot of time together to develop an intuitive bond. If my ancestor were here, I'm sure they'd vibe way easier.
In other words, he wouldn't understand even if we discussed everything that went on back then in front of him, right? I'm not even sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I think it's probably better if he doesn't understand. I know that running from your problems isn't the way to solve them, and that we should face up to the challenges in our lives. But even if we told him the truth, wouldn't it only distress him more than he already is?
That's right. The people responsible, the ones who should have apologized to him, are no longer around. All the truth would do is tear open old wounds and sadden him all over again.
Isn't there anything we could do to help him forget his sorrow and find hope once more?
Just like Nampol, I've spent a lot of time studying Saurian psychology. They can be a bit slow sometimes, but they're razor sharp at others. They don't get complex human language, but they get a lot just from reading our eyes. In short, young Saurians are just like children. On one hand, they rely on their human companions. On the other, they really want to prove their worth. Helping people makes them happy, and feeling like a burden makes them sad. So, the best move isn't to get stuck on the truth of what happens, but to help make his current wishes come true.
His wishes?
For example, Antu, you decided to stay here because of Milray and Nyan, right? You're a smart kid. Sacred flame crystals are bad things that cause endless arguments among good friends. But now, after hundreds of years, we finally found a way to beat them. Will you join forces with us to cleanse the evil inside them so we can save your buddy together?
Interesting approach. You want to turn a lie into the truth, huh?
Actually, I didn't really understand either. Is there really some kind of evil power inside the sacred flame crystals?
Oh, dear child. Come. Let Granny explain it to you.
Oh, I get it now. Okay, I'll do my best.
Not so fast. Hate to break it to you, but the three of us can't make this happen. Let's meet up at the stadium in 2 days. We'll spread the word and see who's willing to play along. As for making Antu understand, Kakuku can help out. They'll have an easier time communicating.
So sleepy.
Didn't sleep well?
Yeah, I blame Kachina. Being all mysterious about some gathering to discuss something important. I was so curious I couldn't stop tossing and turning the whole night. Also, how come it's so quiet today? You didn't lock a How up, did you?
When I tried to wake him up this morning, his response was, "Leave me be, minion. Darest thou disturb the almighty Dragon Lord in our slumber?" I figured it'd be for the best that he's not here anyway, so I didn't bother calling him again.
Good thing you didn't tell him about our gathering. We could do without his gate crashing for sure.
Not late, am I? Nope, you're right on time. So, Aoife, now that everyone's here, shall we begin?
Actually, today we have a big favor we'd like to ask of all of you.
What's up? Why so serious all of a sudden?
It's a long story. One that begins with a mysterious friend of Milray's.
bloodshed between the tribes. That seems almost unthinkable today, but it was an everyday occurrence in that era. Even working together on something was impossible. That's just too awful.
There have always been disputes, but once they escalated into fully fledged clashes between tribes, even a peacemaker would have been powerless to mediate.
And that little Kukusaur Antu believed that the sacred flame crystals harbored some kind of evil power that lay at the root of these intertribal conflicts, and that led to all the later misunderstandings. At this point, it would be nigh impossible to explain the truth to him. Granny's right. It would only make him suffer all over again.
That said, Antu will naturally sense that something's off once you've collected enough sacred flame crystals and cure Milray, won't he? He'll see that no one has been corrupted and that all is as it should be. At that point, he would realize the truth of what happened in the past, even as young as he is.
Exactly. That's why we came up with a plan. When the second half of the tournament wraps up, we'll have enough sacred flame crystals. That's when I want everyone to act like the crystals have messed with us and start arguing.
Ooh, acting! That sounds fun! Then what?
Then, we'll bring Antu over and cast a spell of unity to cleanse all the bad vibes within the sacred flame crystals and bring everyone back to their senses. Of course, neither the evil power or the magic are real, but we've got to make the little dude think he's done something awesome.
Uh-huh, yeah, I get where you're going with this. The best way to make up for regrets is to do what you failed to do before. We'll recreate that scene from his past, only this time, he'll get the chance to rewrite the future. So, how exactly are we going to do this? Is there anything we can look to?
Once, when I was reading a foreign book, I came across something called an interactive play designed specifically for kids. The story usually features a showdown between a hero and a villain, with twists and turns throughout. Just as things reach a climax, the hero will pretend to be losing and ask for the children's help. Then the children all raise their hands, lending their power to the hero and helping them defeat the villain. For the adults watching, it's just a performance, but the children will walk away feeling happy for days to come. At that age, happiness doesn't come from material rewards, but from a heart that believes.
Oh, true. I can totally relate. When I helped out at my parents' shop as a kid, they would always intentionally leave me some simple tasks, like dusting down the shelves or making sure the merchandise was arranged neatly. Then they'd shower me with praise when I was finished, saying stuff like, "Good job, Mualani, you're a genius." And the funny thing is, it always made me super happy.
Spot on. That's exactly it. We want to make Antu feel the same way a kid who just helped a hero would. Lessen his regret and pain before he moves on. Besides, Milray already heard the rumors about the sacred flame crystals from him. If we don't dispel the curse right in front of him, he might refuse to take the medicine. But we can't pull off a show like that with just us. That's why I'm asking for your help.
We'll probably need about 5 more people. I mean, there are 5 more spots up for grabs. First come, first served.
You have my board. I'm probably the best at arguing here, don't you think? We get some pretty rude customers in our shop, and I've had to develop quite a few communication skills to deal with them.
You have my... cabbages? I can help prepare some props and special effects, like smoke to mimic the evil power, and bright lights for the spell of unity.
And my Flame Strider.
Oh, you're joining too, Archon?
It really resonated with me when Lali mentioned a clash between heroes and villains. And unlike the heroes in those plays, I've borrowed strength from all of you in the real world. And we've overcome powerful foes together as a result. I think I'll do justice to the role.
Well, if Mika's on board, then you have my hammer. I'm really interested in the part where we pretend to argue.
Let's see. We've got our actors and the stage is set. Now we need a director, a dude to run the show.
Why are you all looking at me?
Consider it our vote of confidence, Kenichi.
Fine. Then you have my grappling hook. I happen to have some time.
So, that's everyone then. In that case, Varessa and I will take care of the cleanup.
Sorry, guys. I'd love to sign up, but I already promised to help transport the wounded.
As for me, if I see you all arguing, I wouldn't be able to resist stepping in.
And I'm just really bad at acting. I'd be so stiff, the game would be up before we even got started. I'll stay and help the Saurians search for Ocean Zephyrs. Once they've brought enough back, I'll join you as soon as I can. As our Archon herself often says, we all have our own part to play, right?
That's right. All right. Once the second half of the exhibition match is over, we'll split into 2 teams and play our respective parts.
Great! Let's make the second half an even more exciting fight. That way, we'll be able to collect more sacred flame crystals to help cure Milray. I've even come up with a secret strategy that's sure to catch you all off guard.
After centuries, we're holding the Bloomflower trials once more. I hope that this time we can bring them to a close free from regret. Are you all confident that we can do this?
Yeah!
Then let's get this show on the road.
Alright, looks like everyone's here. Time for a strategy meeting. Ugh, why do they keep picking battlefields covered in mountains that need climbing?
If you're worried about getting tired, I can just fly you straight to the top. Launching a surprise attack on their base would also be a good tactic.
I'll use smoke to sow confusion amongst their ranks. Then you guys can just charge in and beat the living daylights out of them.
It'll be over as soon as it began.
These two are in even more of a rush than Paimon is.
Let's all just calm down for a moment. We don't even know what their formation will be like. Besides, if we don't deal with nearby opponents first, our main base could be at risk.
But the area nearby is full of rocks. Looks like they're trying to block our path.
That's nothing. Let's just charge straight through. Come on, time for a warm-up. Quick as a flash.
Whoa, you actually managed to smash all the rocks!
Whew! That loosened me up. Harder! Keep pushing! Full speed ahead.
I'll stop you in your tracks!
Let's move!
Time to say hello.
Take me up!
Don't worry, everyone. We can do it!
Open fire!
We've got to fall back for now.
Time to go.
Excellent! We've secured the Children of Echo's base. Time to head up the mountain.
All tuckered out. Let me give you a hand.
Granny to the rescue! Now that's what Paimon calls some serious backup.
Granny's not here to check if I've been slacking, is she?
Coach will take it from here.
Steady now.
Find a way to hold them off. Let's have this.
Cut me free!
Rain of bullets!
Tell me what you see.
Right this way! You two! Time to head! Slip, slow, blade.
Nice, another one in the bag.
Something's wrong. There are far fewer people in their base than expected.
And Mualani hasn't put in an appearance yet either.
Uh-oh, not good. The people of the Springs took back the base we just captured. And even worse, they're sending troops to attack our main base.
That girl has some moves. I'll give her that.
Looks like we'll have to split our forces to hold off their counterattack.
Don't worry. I'll handle Mualani. She still owes me for wrecking my front door. You just focus on moving forward.
You're a lifesaver, Granny Seat Lolly. We can rest easy knowing you're here covering the rear.
Thanks, Granny. We've got this.
Full speed ahead.
How is this not over yet? How many people do they have in reserve?
Splitting their forces into smaller squads to slow our advance and undermine our morale. Very clever.
Coach will take it from here.
Looks like the Scions of the Canopy Space is on the other side of that cliff.
Ooh, does that mean it's finally time for the big showdown?
That cliff top's very high up. Whatever you do while you're flying over, don't look down.
I knew that wouldn't stop you. Let's have our weapons do the talking.
All right, let's finish this fast. Look at the flash. On my mark.
Be free. Go! You're free now!
Take me up.
Good show. This isn't over yet.
Open fire.
fight is done. Sound the retreat!
The fruits of victory taste almost as sweet as ones I've grown myself. At least I won't be in for one of Granny's scoldings.
Wow, that explains why you were so fired up today.
Auroron! Since when has your granny ever gone around scolding people like some sort of scary monster, huh? Huh?
Anyway, good workout, huh?
You can say that again. It's not every day you get to enjoy the thrill of battle.
You youngsters sure love a good brawl, huh? Once this is all over, I think I'll need a few days at home to lie down and recover.
Thanks, Granny. Without your support, who knows what might have happened.
I'll have you know that Mualani didn't pull any punches during our little skirmish just now. Next time she shows up at my place asking for a favor, I'm giving her a proper talking to.
Shows that everyone really was giving it their all. Anyway, after all that, surely we've collected enough sacred flame crystals now.
We have indeed. Let's gather them up and head back. Next up, time for our little play.